commissioned, and it was commissioned as a triple decker. And nowadays it's only has 2 decks. We renovated in 2004. Took that other deck off. Then we renovated a year ago and put new carpet, updated the ladies' restroom, and been on the boat before. So my name's Tim. I'm going to be your tour guide. I'm a retired public servant, and in about 10, 12 days, I would have been working for Captain Sean 16 years since I retired. So as we go out on the boat today, we're going to use the boat as a clock when I'm identifying stuff. So the front of the boat's 12 o'clock, the right-hand side is 3 o'clock, the rear of the boat is 6 o'clock, left-hand side is 9 o'clock. So on the 9 o'clock side, but it's out there about 8 o'clock, is a resort called Painted Sky Inn. But for about 60 years, it was known as Silver Creek Lodge. And when Ed Lowen started the cruise, he bought these 2 Viking deck boats and hired Captain Daniel and Captain Sean and a bunch of others. And we cruised out of there for a short period of time, and then he bought the property that we just left from, bought the General Johnson in 1983, and then he built this boat in 86. So we've just come out of Beaver Creek, and we're on our 20-mile Scenic wilderness trip. And we do this particular trip about 3-4 days a week. And then we have some specialty cruises that we also do during the year, and I'll talk a little bit about that. I'd like to tell you how we got our name, Vanishing Texas River. Our founder, Ed Lowen, he was a rancher in Llano, County to the left. And in 1981, he was recovering from an operation. And as a young man, his father and grandfather fished about 18 river miles up at a place called Lemons Fishing Camp. Today it's called Colorado Bend State Park. And he had heard from his family that some kind of commercial boat could get up there. And so, since a good ranch, he had recovered from the operation, he thought he'd go up there and stay a week. He met a young guy named Daniel Burnet that he eventually hired as one of his first captains. And Daniel put him in a boat. They went down to Post Oak Falls, told him a couple stories about the Texas-Colorado River. And Daniel told Ed that it just so happened that this particular week, one of their regular customers was there who knew a lot about the river. And his name was Leroy Garber. And Leroy was the mayor of Evan, Texas, a realtor by profession, but he had this publication called Vanishing Texas. And it was all about the geology of the river, the American Indian, the Spaniards, Mexicans, the Texans, cattlemen, how cattlemen came in and acquired all the lands on a lot of the major waterways of Texas. And then the cattlemen started selling their ranches. And so when we started in 1982, we were pretty much all ranchmen. Now, right off to the right was a big old ranch, and that was one of the first properties to sell. A rancher sold it, and it turned into a development. And there's some others I'll talk about as